I don't want people in San Francisco thinking I'm talking about myself like that. Yeah, I'm blowing up. I'm blowing up. I said no. I didn't get a chance to do Army-Navy games, second year in a row. Growing pains with moving up the ranks at CBS. Had NFL games, and you guys know that's my favorite day of the year, Army-Navy games.
Yeah.
So that's tough, but, this is as you move up in the world and you have production meetings, you can't do Army-Navy. If you guys would let me borrow your private jet, I could probably figure out a way.
Hey, big congrats, man!
To get it done.
Big congrats. Ever since I can't, I watch like random college football games, and you were doing Ivy League games like 10 years ago.
Yeah, for sure.
And I was like, this guy's good. I'd watch those, dude. And so
Friday nights.
Yeah.
It's You know what's amazing about that? Now there's like a bunch of games on Friday nights.
Yeah.
But at one point, the Ivy League was like the first conference to do that.
Yeah.
And I would get texts from like NFL GMs, NFL coaches, and I remember thinking like, dude, it's Friday night. Are you really watching Yale Brown right now?
Yeah.
Like go be with your wife.
Yeah.
Do anything other than watch Yale Brown right now. Like these guys already work so many hours, but I think those guys, they probably put their kids to bed. Their wife probably went to bed, and they probably couldn't sleep, and there's a football game on, so they're going to turn it on and watch.
Well, Joe Brady's in the news this week, new Buffalo Bills coach, for bragging about missing his kid's birth. And I saw, is it Nicole Briscoe, ESPN Sports Center? She pushed back last night saying, that's not that cool, dude. You should be there. So, remember the old baby gate with the Houston Oilers back in the 90s?
Yes,
so,
Lyman.
Yeah, and this Bill Walsh documentary that's on right now about burnout and work. So, I mean, this overworking thing has been a long-running theme in the NFL.
Well, so I work a lot, okay? But I never call it that because I never look at it as work, even though I know it is. But I guess the point I would make, and I don't know, this might be with the benefit of hindsight, I would not miss the birth of a child. And the reason why I say that is primarily because if there were complications, I have two daughters, and neither delivery was totally clean, There were extenuating circumstances both times. And so knowing what I know now, which I didn't know when I was a player in my 20s, but knowing what I know now, having kids in my early 30s, I would not miss the birth of a child because if something happened, God forbid, I would never get over that or never forgive myself. And also, there are like decisions that need to be made in real time. And one in particular with our first child, like we had to make a decision. And I'm glad that my wife didn't have to do it by herself, So, and that's not a knock on Joe Brady or anybody else. It's just the reality.
Yeah, good stuff. Ross Tucker's the voice you hear. And, of course, NFL, Westwood won. He'll be doing the Super Bowl for UK radio with that British guy who went viral for his Christian
Niners fans love him, too.
Super viral.
The Niners love him. The Niners, flew him around to the playoff games. I still can't believe the Niners beat the Eagles, by the way.
I know, right?
I do Eagles preseason games on TV, and I do a bunch of work for them, like their pregame NBC show and whatever. And that was a super impressive win for the 49ers. Wow. And I really do hope Niners fans appreciate it because not everybody's going to win the Super Bowl. It's only one team. And for them to have the season they had when it would have been so easy to at some point just kind of give in's not the right word, but relent and say, okay, this just isn't our year. For them to get that far and to almost be the number one seed and then to win a playoff game in Philly against the defending champs, that's about as good of a non-Super Bowl winning season as you can have, I feel like.
Yeah, but Ross, here in San Francisco, there's a Super Bowl standard. So fast forwarding to the next week, obviously 49ers lose to the Seahawks. Now, Deommodore Lenoir made some interesting quotes saying if we had a healthy team, we would have won this game easily in a landslide. So you're calling the game this weekend. When you're breaking down the Seahawks roster, how far away are the 49ers from competing at the top of the NFC West with the Rams and with the Seahawks?
Not that far away. It is hard to tell without having, some of those guys out there, in particular like Fred and Nick. I am still at a loss for the whole Ayuk situation, and even the post-season comments from Lynch and Kyle were very interesting. I'll be curious to see where he ends up. That it feels like That's one. You better really be careful if you're going to bring them onto your team. I don't think they're that far away, and I think that they'll very much be in the mix. And I think there's an argument to be made that going into next year, that the three best teams in the NFC are all in the NFC West. Certainly it feels like they were this year. You know, I mean, I'm not sure I would have said anybody else had a better season than those three teams.
Ross Tucker's a voice you hear. He's going to be calling the Super Bowl on Sunday for UK radio. You hear him on Westwood One. You hear him on CBS. He's right here on the Uma guest line right now. I almost feel dumb asking it, but 2 months ago I was like, I'm not going to talk about this. 2 months later, we have to talk about it. It's this electrical substation that's near the 49ers that's causing this belief that it's causing their injuries. We don't know. Nobody knows, but you're a former player. You played the game. You're around the game a lot. You talk to players a lot. What do you say? What's the rational take on this?
Well, first of all, how long have they been practicing there?
So here's the kick. They've been there since '88, and the substation was there, but there is evidence that it was beefed up in 2014 when Levi Stadium opened. So there is evidence that they may have increased the production and or wattage and or rays and or EMFs since 2014.
So I have Dr. David Chow, the 17-year team orthopedic surgeon for the Chargers, on my betting show, the Even Money Betting Podcast, every week. And I thought he made an interesting point. Are you guys aware of stim or electrical stimulation?
Yeah.
So, like, as a player, you know, you'll put these pulses on you, and it, you know, whether it's your shoulder or your knee or whatever, and it actually promotes healing. It promotes what you're looking for. So it's hard for him to wrap his head around the idea that it hurts. He thinks that there's a better chance that it helps than that it hurts. And I would tend to agree. You know, if you look at those guys, there's plenty of guys on the Niners that have been healthy for years and years, you know? So, like, are there some guys that are more substation prone and other guys that are more substation strong? I mean, I would tend to say it's unlikely, but I don't know. That guy put a lot of effort into it. I mean, that guy got a viral post out of it, that's for sure.
Sure did. Here we are talking about it.
Yeah.
That's my bad, by the way. That's my
in,
bad.
in a year where everybody's talking about the substation, Christian McCaffrey was healthy and played every single game this year. So I don't know what really.
Can I tell you something
Ross.
about? Can I tell you something? Two things you guys need to know about Christian McCaffrey. One is I called the Monday night game in Indy, December 22nd or whatever that was.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
Niners at the Colts. I go to work out at 3:00. You know, get a workout in, and then shower, and then head over to the stadium. I'm at whatever it was, the JW Marriott maybe. I go in 3:00. McCaffrey's on the Peloton bike with like one of the strength coaches next to him. And I go over, I'm like, Christian, what's up, man? Ross Tucker's like, oh, hey, what's up, Ross? And I told him what I'll tell you. First of all, it's just nuts to me that he was on the Peloton bike 5 hours. Like, whatever his routine is, somebody from the team told me he doesn't stop, bro. He doesn't stop. And here's the thing I would tell you, though. To me, he looked like this year not quite as explosive as he used to be.
Yeah.
He looked like maybe he lost a little bit. Let's call it a half a step. That makes what he did this year insanely impressive to me. When I tell you guys, it's one of the most impressive things I've ever seen from a pro football player. If I lost, because I did after I had my back surgery, I lost just a little bit. That's how I went from starter to backup and backup to out that quick. For this guy to lose a little bit and have over 400 touches and well over 2,000 yards, do you have any idea how impressive that is? Like, this is the NFL. He lost a little bit, and yet he's still able to carry the – and that's what I told him. I said, dude, because I think players probably are more impressed by workload than fans are, to just know what that's like to have that many touches, which, by the way, that would be one negative for me with the 49ers next year is how many touches they gave Christian this year. I mean, I would expect him to drop off next year, which what does that look like if we already thought he lost a little bit?
Did you see, I know you got to go and we got to promote this thing, but did you see the stat? He counted for 39% of the Niners' yards. The only player in the NFL who accounted for more percentage yards was Bijan Robinson, only by a hair. And also his percentage of production this year was higher than it was the year he won NFL Offensive Player of the Year.
Wow.
Awesome.
So there you go. I know you got to go. Let's put my front page
Yeah, myfrontpagestory.com.
Myfrontpagestory.com.
It's by far the best Valentine's Day gift I've ever seen. Don't just go, get flowers or whatever. Go to myfrontpagestory.com. Picture this, okay? You talk to a writer for 10 minutes or you fill out an email. They write this incredible story about how amazing your significant other, his wife, girlfriend, whatever, looks like on the cover of the newspaper, framed, beautiful. She will cry, you will win. When she's opening it and you say to her, honey, I want to do something special for you. So I had a story written about you. Like she will go nuts. Make sure you tell the writer, I never thank her enough for the little things she does for me. Myfrontpagestory.com.
And it's She Will Cry, You Will Win. What I love as an old sports writer, it brings back newspapers.
That's exactly
baby.
right.
Yeah.
That's exactly right.
Look at
I'll
that.
tell you that's why moms and people like that, they really love it for Mother's Day. So just go throw your email address in over at myfrontpagestory.com.
Have fun with the UK guy.
I will.
You brushed up on your UK slang and all that?
I'm ready. No, I'm not doing any of that.
No accent, no nothing.
If Rashid Shaheed really makes somebody look bad, I'd be like, man, did he make that bloke look bad?
Yeah,
There it is.
it's a banger.
That
It's a banger.
bloody bloke.
And then just 2 words on the way out. Who wins?
Seahawks. Yeah, best team, best division. They deserve it.
Ross Tucker, man. We've watched him blow up from Ivy Leagues on Friday nights to just crushing Radio Row.
He's a star.
Ross Tucker, CBS, Westwood One, myfrontpagestory.com, and UK Radio for Super Bowl. Thanks, Ross.
See you guys.
Thanks, Ross.
On The Sports Leader.